She marked her territory, ladies and gentlemen, rather than merely giving him a hug. The internet went crazy when boxing's most fierce woman, Claressa Shields, shared a late-night Instagram story with a papoose as if she had just won a championship belt and the accompanying spouse. This wasn't simply a hug between pals. "I don't care" energy, and I know your wife is watching. Complete and utterly scandalous silence, with no caption or explanation. Who is the wife? Oh, the same woman, the Bronx bulldozer, and the legendary rap artist Remy Ma, already overwhelmed by the court spectacle surrounding the murder case of her son. And now this. According to insiders, Remy yelled, "Not today, Satan," shattered 3 phones, and went radio silence after seeing the news. Papoose. He hasn't said anything, not a clarification, not a denial, nothing. And you can tell a man is guilty of something when he remains silent as the world burns. What is Claressa attempting to prove, then? Why now? And will Remy Ma finally turn the entire industry upside down at this point? Oh, sweetie, buckle up. Triangle hip-hop has never acknowledged the messiest love that we have just entered. Also, believe me, what's next? The hug appears to be foreplay as a result. Here's what actually transpired. Furthermore, we're not sugarcoating anything. The self-described GWAT, Claressa Shields, recently launched one silent, dubious little Instagram story was enough to take the hip-hop world by storm. There was no warning or caption, just her and Papoose, Mr. Black Love himself, locking in an embrace that appeared far too well practiced to be genuine. If you are new to this place, since this isn't just any old picture, welcome to the year's biggest scandal. As Remy Ma, Papoose's wife and longtime ride-or-die participant, is overwhelmed by the courtroom turmoil surrounding her son's murder charge, this perfectly timed, low-light shot was taken. The intimacy is unmissable, and the timing is suspect. Everyone's stillness was more audible than any disc track. Let's clarify one issue. This has nothing to do with friendship. Claressa's position against that man's chest. Papoose's half-smirk, half-smile expression like, "Yeah, I know this looks horrible. Baby, this hug wasn't a mistake. This was a move, a message, a mic drop for the messiest triangle since Safri, Nicki, and Meek." Now, let's talk characters. First, you've got Claressa Shields, the unbeaten boxing champion with a vicious retort and an even more lethal Instagram approach, is loud, brazen, unconcerned with what people say, and refers to herself as the realest in the room. After this post, she may be the pettiest, too. Next up is Papoose, Mr. Loyalty, the man who spent 6 years waiting for Remy to return home outside prison gates and who created a whole brand on being the most devoted husband in rap history. People referred to him as the blueprint because of his songs, poetry, and love letters, but that blueprint suddenly broke in front of 4 million followers. Of course, Remy Ma, the queen pin, who was born in the Bronx, has razor-sharp muscles, and is brave, is now under fire from all sides. Her kid is being charged with murder, she is being pulled into court over rumors of obstruction, and her husband is out here acting like a free agent while she is barely able to keep her head above water. Here's where it gets dirty. Remy's close friends believe this isn't the first time Claressa has stepped over the line. One unnamed assistant claims that Claressa has been attracted to Papoose since they first met backstage at an award presentation in 2022. Everyone at the time assumed it was normal fangirl behavior, but guess who continued showing up at private events? The assistant, who will name Nicki with 2 Ks, said Claressa made it clear she thought he was wise, disciplined, and low-key fine. Is it a coincidence that the person who DM'd him a video of her doing out in the same color sweatshirt he wore during a BET cypher also began posting inspirational boxing quotes beneath his posts? Since the hug was what broke the timeline, let's go on. The picture was carefully chosen, with Claressa's hand exposed, her nails done, and a diamond. It wasn't just a picture of nice lighting and near bodies. Papoose's head was slightly turned to indicate that he wasn't pushing her away, and the angle was taken from behind someone else's shoulder, indicating that a third person was participating. The bracelet was glinting No one had the idea to say, hey, maybe don't post this while the wife is literally on trial by association, but they watched it unfold and decided to hit record. Oh, Ray's response was immediate. She took the easy route and unfollowed and erased without waiting, drafting a notes app statement, or even calling Papoose. Remy removed all of the photos of Papoose from her grid within 30 minutes of the story's publication. It was as if he had never sat next to her on Wendy Williams' couch and discussed loyalty. Then, the true dagger, a mysterious tweet, came. Twitter erupted in ecstasy as one user wrote, "Remy just Beyoncé demming pics and dropping bars. I gave y'all loyalty and you gave me PR stunts. No name, no tag, just smoke. And baby, the fans understood the assignment." Another said, "Claressa switched between sparring in the ring. For what are you fighting?" Reddit posts examining her eye contact in the hug appeared because followers are now looking into it rather than just speculating. One commenter believes that the beat of her most recent promo video fits a track that Papoose hinted about in a deleted Instagram live last month. Is this petty? Of course, but welcome to TikTokers who are syncing her exercise vids to Papoose's current tracks in search of subliminals. The internet. The evidence is stacked in the court of public opinion, but the worst part is that this scandal is seeping into Remy Ma's legal life. One courthouse insider claims that Ray's defense team is not happy with the abrupt "we're trying to focus on a murder trial," but this drama isn't just messy, it's distracting. Now, memes and fan theories are all over the courthouse inbox, and guess who walked up? 2 days later, Claressa Shields, sunglasses, and security guards were outside the courthouse. When asked if she was there to support Remy, she only replied, "I'm just here for the truth." Be serious, ma'am. The murmurs she walked the steps, snapped a few pictures, and dipped like she was on the red carpet, as if she were the star of her own reality show, and rumors have it that Remy is not just angry, but enraged. Some close to her claim she's preparing a private sit-down interview, others say she intends to secretly file for separation from Papoose for the time being, and yet others say she's been calling her legal team constantly, asking if there's a way to prevent media access to the trial. But let's face it, there is no longer any silence. This story is about a narrative, not an embrace, with one woman establishing a reputation for being the strongest and one man establishing his reputation as the most devoted. One hug, a single quiet picture that tore the entire picture apart. And we haven't even reached the burner phone texts yet because, yes, there are more. Supposedly, Claressa's just hours after the photo went viral, a close friend unintentionally leaked a voice memo in which a woman who strikingly resembles Claressa states, "I told him they'd call me a home wrecker, but he said the home's been wrecked." What is she saying? Is this just another skillfully inserted phrase to keep the spotlight spinning, or did Papoose tell her the marriage was already dead? Whatever the case, things are about to blow out. Let's get dirty because, as an unknown PR insider claims, someone is going to release screenshots. Just when we thought Claressa's embrace controversy was enough tumultuous, a supposed close friend of hers just shared voice notes, and in these weren't ambiguous little cryptic quotes, "Oh, no, darling, they were straightforward, uncensored, and brimming with a sort of petty energy that can convert a relationship into a firestorm of rumor. Triangle into a full-fledged case of celebrity homicide. Metaphorically, of course. A lady who sounds just like Claressa Shields in the voice message that was leaked says, "He told me he ain't been happy in years. He informed me the union was a trademark. It was just ever that. And he informed me that the only person who gives him a sense of authenticity is me." Now stop. Let it simmer because if, and this is a big if, Papoose claimed that it's character, not simply cheating, murder, and it's emotional treason for a man to have created whole mixtapes professing his love for Remy while she was incarcerated. But hold on, things get worse. According to the screenshots, Papoose is seen contacting Claressa with messages like, "We need to act more strategically since they are now watching. Don't post anything for a long." Well, guess what, Pap? She posted the hug nevertheless, and that's where Claressa Shields was crowned by the internet people. After the voice memo leaked, #PapuPapu singing was trending on Twitter within hours. And fans were raking him for dirt with memes. This is the new queen of I said what I said. Let's speak about public reactions now, because this thing went viral like an unreleased Drake and Kendrick D song. In the meantime, Remy Ma admirers weren't just angry, they were organizing. A group of Bronx-based supporters even altered the black love emblem to read "Backstab Love," and it went viral. They were comparing him to all the false loyal men in history. Started an entire hashtag Protect Remy campaign, accusing Claressa of emotional exploitation and asking that companies cut ties with her. The brands reportedly took note, as a big energy drink that supports Claressa's efforts reportedly canceled their agreement. Ressa is out here doubling down like she's in a battle with the entire rap game. Another boxing company unfollowed her quietly, but the fans discovered it and made sure screenshots flew quicker than Claressa's. The brand cited unacceptable conduct and a violation of personal ethics. "I don't care what narrative y'all running with," she said to fans on Instagram Live. "Who I *CK with is what I post. Perhaps you should inquire as to why it resonates with you if it makes you uncomfortable." She stated that with her chest, "Ma'am." There were no retractions or apologies, just vibes, and this just served to fuel the flames. But wait, here's the big reveal. A verified gossip blogger who is recognized for exposing business chaos suddenly revealed a story alleging Claressa Shields and Papoose have been covertly spotted together over 6 times in the past 4 months. Locations included a special suite at a Brooklyn Nets game, a restaurant in Harlem known for its no-phone policy, and most scandalous of all, a spa getaway in Miami. Let's go back in time to a Miami spa while Remy was in New York for her son's court appearances. The disdain is now surgical, but this isn't even the biggest twist since the same blogger claims to have a blurry screenshot of Claressa and Papoose entering a hotel room together at 11:42 p.m. and not leaving until 9:27 a.m. the following day. Taken from hotel security tape 2 weeks prior to the Instagram hug. Let it marinate. Naturally, Claressa's team branded it phony right away, claiming Photoshop misrepresentation and that the old-fashioned folks will stop at nothing to get influence, but they didn't refute it. They didn't claim we weren't in that hotel, they didn't say that's not us, and Pap is still silent. Since this scandal isn't simply taking place online, let's move to the courtroom. Remy Ma's trial appearance is beginning to suffer as a result of it. According to sources, she missed a crucial court date last week, and although her legal team cited personal concerns, insiders claim she had a private breakdown after viewing the stolen screenshots. Another said, "I held Remy down for years. I gave up my freedom for him and he gave me this." The source, a judicial clerk with a friend who works security, claimed to have heard Remy screaming. Claimed that she wanted to throw a chair at the TV. Now, whether that is true or not, what matters is that Remy is losing her focus, her poise, and her image, which suggests that this small love affair may be having an impact on her. Fans are urging Pap to speak up, say something, or say anything because of the legal matter, but the silence is deafening because when you build your entire brand on love, devotion, and protection, and then vanish during the incident, people tend to think the worst. Remy's longtime pal Fat Joe, on the other hand, subtly contributed by tweeting a single emoji, fire. No explanation, no caption. And the fans linked it to the drama right away. Even Fat Joe stated that this house is burning to the ground. But we're not done because guess who just entered the chat, was the response from one participant. Smith Yendi. Yes, Yendi, the hip-hop and love icon, posted a now-deleted Instagram comment stating, "Those who appear loyal on television can sometimes be the messiest in real life," he remarked. "Ask me how I know." The remark was placed beneath a Shade Blog's entry about Claressa and Pap. And chilly, that was a bullet with a lace front. One fan even added, "Yandy got tea and she's itching to spill it." Fans began tagging Remy right away. What precisely is it that Yandandy knows? Is this drama older than we initially believed? Were there additional female participants? Claressa's uppercut is not getting as deep as the rabbit hole. And right as this online war was peaking, Remy Ma posted her first video since the hug scandal. No words, just her walking slowly in all black shades on with a caption, "Funeral vibe." The funeral spirit caused the fans to go completely crazy. Is it for Claressa's reputation or her marriage, or is she implying that she is going to bury them both? Naturally, this is a metaphor, but here's the unexpected twist. Recall the Miami spa? It turns out that a member of the hotel staff recently sold an anonymous interview to a podcast, in which they asserted that Claressa and Pap checking in under Miss Steele and Mr. Warner is not petty, it's smart. Here's the thing, they are Papoose's government surname and a boxing identity. Claressa employed early in her career. Fans are now speculating if this was a long-running plot, if Claressa is attempting to get Remy to lose it so she will appear in court, or if this is all a front for something more sinister, as one extremely bizarre hypothesis on TikTok claims that this just as the internet believed that this story had peaked, it turns out that the PI had a wire tap that unintentionally captured audio from a discussion Claressa had while staying at a hotel in Miami. The entire situation could be a diversion from a much larger tale that Ray has been concealing. And he informed me that she was already too deeply involved, that her name was on the wrong documents, and that she would be the first to go down if it were revealed. Now, if you're pondering, who is she referring to? This is about cover-ups, paper trails, and potential legal exposure, so join the group because it suggests something far more serious than an Instagram cuddle photo. But who is the she? Remy, and what are the documents? Well, the answer may be in a second leaked memo, which stated that a burner phone, yes, another burner phone, was found in the possession of a former Remy Ma staffer. Claressa and Papoose may have been aware of the text threads that suggested a settlement agreement between Remy and someone involved in the Darius Gielbo murder case, which is the same case her son is on trial for. You still with us because it gets wilder about this all along. In addition, one thread suggests that Pap attempted to disassociate himself from the paper trail by pressuring Remy to approve all documents in her name. One purported message from Papoose says, "Keep it clean. Hold on to it. Beneath her. I don't need heat on me." If accurate, this suggests that Claressa's hug reveal may have been a public warning shot, a subdued way of saying, "Don't make me talk," rather than a sign of love. And after staying missing for days, Remy may have finally received the message because she returned in a locked-door meeting with her legal team and, based on rumors circulating in the courthouse, an FBI liaison. Yes, we said FBI. Why? Because some are even claiming that this is the start of a full-fledged celebrity RICO case, and if the burner phone evidence has moved from messy drama into the realm of federal investigation, let's align the facts. Claressa Shields posts an embrace, but then drops it like a hint. Screenshots leak, and voice memos follow. You think that sounds dramatic, but you haven't been paying attention to the music industry lately. The public's perception changes, and she is linked to deeper mysteries, wiretaps, burner phones, and now claimed hush money behind the scenes. Remy Ma begins to disappear from the public eye, deleting pictures and canceling interviews, while Papoose remains mute and MIA, as if he had dropped before the explosion. The surprise is that Claressa Shields has been secretly barred from a number of high-profile entertainment projects, not because of the embrace, but because she allegedly threatened to reveal a second wave of receipts involving two famous rap artists, according to an industry source who spoke to a well-known podcast. The assumption is that Claressa wasn't only exposing Papoose. She was also sending a message to everyone involved in Remy's legal problems. Labels and a female veteran artist with legal exposure. Fans started speculating about names right away, but Remy Ma was the one that kept cropping up. Essentially stating, "I am not scared to share what I know with the world." And this isn't about love if that's the case. It has to do with power. According to one TikTok hypothesis, Claressa supposedly urged Ray's team not to reveal her name, and the hug post was part of a blackmail scheme. Become involved in the case, or else she would make the entire audio available for Miami. Remy chose not to listen, and now there are stories all over the place. The courtrooms are being watched, and Papoose, the once squeaky clean husband, is currently under investigation for financial connections to private accounts that were purportedly used to transfer funds during the cover-up. Curious about the names of the accounts? One was Rebirth LLC, and the other was Bronx B3. It's never about the first punch. Claressa wrote a single tweet on the day those account names were released, and both were shell companies with no official business activity, allegedly connected to one of Ray's former assistants. She's no longer attempting to hide it, and the public went utterly crazy when she revealed that it was about the knockout. Suddenly, fans weren't only speculating, they wondered if Claressa had been working with the FBI all along, if Papoose had flipped before Remy had suspected it, or if their close embrace was really a diversion while they worked behind the scenes. Was Remy's silence deafening because her team apparently attempted to file an emergency injunction to prevent some footage from being played in court as a last-ditch effort to limit the harm, but the judge rejected it? Why? We're left with this hug that rocked the internet because the audio wasn't stolen, rather, it was freely given over by an anonymous whistleblower. You already know who fans believe that whistleblower is. Is Papoose the antagonist, or is he simply fed up with acting? Did Claressa Shields destroy a marriage, or did she simply expose what was already broken? Remy Ma, the jail survivor, some believe Claressa is simply a clout chaser, but others claim she's a silent hero who revealed the corruption behind the scenes. Is she going to rise from the ashes, or is this the last blow to her legendary image? Now it's your time. Leave a remark below. Black Love brand. In any case, one thing is clear, this was about leverage, not love. Will Ray's quiet become more than words? We have sealed documents, burner phones, leaked wiretaps, and more tea than the shade room on the line. Is Claressa a whistleblower or a home wrecker? Should Papoose have spoken up sooner? Thus, remember to like, leave a comment, and because. Sweetheart, this triangle simply turned into a square and someone's about to be removed. This has been one more unique revelation from gossip. Don't worry, we'll be the next to leak. Is brewing already? We'll meet up when it falls.